Hello everyone. Welcome to LPAT's Market Pulse. My name is Ajit Mahuli, the founder and mentor at learnpriceactiontrading.com. Let's take a look at what the main index Nifty has been doing and is likely to do in the coming week. Let's begin with the monthly chart. So if you see, this is a live monthly candle, and this is the second time we are entering into that demand zone, the monthly demand zone, which was tested 2 months back, and we had that excellent bounce. So that's a monthly demand zone where we are coming in again. The next demand zone probably starts a little bit lower here if you take this whole area at around 15,300 to 400. There is a good possibility that we might touch that area and move out. In that process, we are going to be shifting the trend on the monthly chart. The best areas to buy are still these areas of demand zone at around 12,000. However, markets would turn up from smaller time frame demand zones here, give a good meaningful bounce for some quick long trades before we can enter into some swing shorts at these areas about 17,000 again to trail it at least up to 14,700, 14,800. That's what we see based on the monthly chart. So, though the trend is the longer term trend is intact, this is a short, medium term move to the downside, which is likely to continue till probably we hit somewhere close to 14,700 and 800. On the weekly chart, a clear downtrend after this big bounce. Price stalled at around 18,100 odd levels and came back very ferociously down. So on the weekly chart, we are again coming back to that consolidated area where we had a good bounce. We come back again. Maybe we will probably go in a little bit more deeper before we do a turn. And if we turn from these areas, that's going to be the final probably target for the bounce in Nifty, which you could see at about up till 16,800. That's where probably the bounce could stall. We could again see some bearish pressure and it could continue moving down, maybe all the way up to these areas of demand zone here. That's about 14,800, where some meaningful longs could be done. Stocks will be available at pretty good prices. Okay, so that's what it looks. That's going to be the range, immediate range for Nifty on the weekly chart. And on a medium to medium term, probably this is the one which we could look at as a range for the index. Right, about 14,700, 800 could be the turning point based on the monthly and weekly charts. Taking a look at the daily chart, if you see, we have formed some areas of supply here on the daily chart. That's about at 16,200. So Nifty has to first breach this, probably at least try to go to the gap level here, which is about 16,480. So that could be a possibility for Nifty index if we turn from here between 16,200 to 16,400 again. And on the daily chart, if you see where we can find some fresh areas of demand zone, they all are coming in at 15,400. So in all likelihood, it looks possible that we may come back to this area here at around 16,400, 500 to 400 and turn up, where we'll also have excellent reward to risk ratio for a long trade. At least in the index, you can trade on the long side between 15,400 to 15,000 and take it all the way about 1,000 points. Here we can look at some confirmation shorts and some swing shorts at these areas. On a smaller time frame, trend is strong and down. We have come back to this area, which was a pullback to an area of demand zone in history. So let me just go there and show you. Maybe a 125-minute chart is a better look at the smaller time frames. So that's the area of demand zone which has given us good bounce. Maybe there is a good chance we could go all the way to the distal or push down little lower up to 15,400 and turn up for a good reward to risk at least up to, let's say, 16,200. That looks quite possible. So it's too late to short now. Only once we break 15,600, you can go for intraday shorts up to 15,400, and that's where you can look at some confirmation longs all the way up to 16,200. So bearish bias still on Nifty, but we could be seeing a short pullback before we can get into some swing shorts for the index. Hello everyone, welcome to LPAT's Market Pulse. My name is Ajit, Mahuli, the founder at LPAT. Let's take a look at what Bank Nifty has been doing and is likely to do in the coming week. So let's begin with our monthly chart. So if you take a look at the monthly chart, a nice downtrend that has established. The immediate trend is down, though the overall trend is a little range bound. That's the area of demand zone from where Bank Nifty has been pulling up quite often. We could this time probably go a little bit deeper, maybe to 32,000 or below that before we can turn up. So that's going to be some good area of buying in the monthly chart, but we'll have to wait for confirmation to get into good swing long positions. Shorts can be created at these areas. So it's more of a immediate downtrend consolidation kind of price action activity that is happening. We need to wait for some more confirmation to get into long trades. Based on the weekly chart, that's the area of demand zone from where prices have been constantly moving up. Now, this zone becomes a critical zone for Bank Nifty. It has given a good bounce from there. That's a weekly demand zone. But remember, since we have already tested it deeper up to 32,000, there is a good possibility we could still go in a little bit deeper before we do a pullback, and that pullback based on overall global market conditions could happen all the way up to this supply zone, that is 35,581. So once we get some confirmation in these areas, we can look at good long trades all the way up to 35,500. So that's the range for the weekly on Bank Nifty as of now. Once this demand zone breaks, then Bank Nifty, we need to be cautious. The best areas, though it's quite far now, but markets can surprise everyone at any point in time. So those are the best areas to put in for maybe portfolio creation in the banking stocks or even good stocks on the index. So, but it's going to be very difficult for the index to break immediately this areas here. So we could see some turnaround coming in from 32,000 to 30,000. Let's take a quick look at the daily chart to find out some fresh areas from where price can probably move out. So this is the area of demand zone which looks really good uh, from a turning point on the index perspective. As of now, this is the zone that we would be interested in, and the next zone that we would be considering is about 31,000 to 30,000. So these two demand zones are going to be crucial and important demand zones from Bank Nifty. There is a good possibility, high probability that prices will again turn from these areas of demand zone all the way up to at least this gap area, which is 34,000. So in the short term, we could have a good long opportunity coming in the index. So this is an area where we could see Bank Nifty finding it difficult to move past beyond this. And even if it moves, we are going to have good areas of supply at these points on the daily chart, that two levels here, level on top of each other, where we could see the markets turning again. So swing short areas will be good here. This is all short-term income shorts. This is where you can look at some confirmation on smaller time frames to go long, because there'll be pretty good reward to risk ratio that you can expect from these areas of demand zone. Okay, so Bank Nifty does look good at those price points. If I have to show you on a smaller time frame, so probably this is the area which I'll be more keen to initiate some long positions. That's about 32,000. We could see intraday dip into these areas, and the same day it could pull out. So be cautious about getting into overstretched shorts at these areas. You can create some shorts, short-term income shorts on pullbacks to these areas. But once we take this supply off, there is a good chance Bank Nifty could move towards these main areas of supply, which is about 35,500, where you can build some good swing shorts. So right now it's in the middle and in this demand zone. We need to wait how to see how markets open on Monday. And if you are able to hold this demand zone and start moving, then that's going to be the narrow range that we can have on Monday and Tuesday. And if this demand supply zone is taken off, good chance that 34,800 and 35,500 will be achieved. But we'll have to wait to see if this demand holds as markets open on Monday. And if this doesn't hold, the next area would be somewhere close to 32,000, where we'll look for confirmations to go long. Okay, overstretched markets, please make sure that you wait for confirmations to go long. It's going to be, if markets gap down on Monday, there is no point in shorting because it's going to be probably opening into an area of demand zone. So wait for some confirmation to get into quick long positions.